When we talked to Lisa Gianni, she let us know that the structured literacy and dyslexia competencies are a major step forward in Connecticut.
They're the first of their kind in Connecticut and reflect a shared commitment to ensuring that all educators, regardless of their role, have the knowledge and skills to teach reading effectively.
We also talk about what structured literacy looks like in practice, how it helps practicing educators, and how our office envisions Connecticut public schools as a standard of excellence for students with dyslexia and other reading disabilities. It's a great conversation, and we hope you enjoy it.
The Connecticut Educator Competencies for Structured Literacy and Dyslexia mark a major step forward for our state. They're the first of their kind in Connecticut and reflect a shared commitment to ensuring that all educators, regardless of their role, have the knowledge and skills to teach reading effectively. They also really align beautifully with our Dyslexia Awareness Campaign's message this year, which is when we know the signs, we can change the story for students, for families, and for the future of literacy in our state.
What are the key shifts or priorities embedded in these new competencies?
One of the biggest shifts really is how clearly these competencies define what structured literacy looks like in practice. And I think that's a really important distinction to make for teachers. We know structured literacy is an evidence-based approach to reading and language instruction that has some unique markers involved. So it's explicit, which means that instruction is delivered in a clear, unambiguous way. It's systematic and sequential. So the scope follows a very logical sequence of instruction. It's cumulative, whereas new skills build on prior learning, and it's diagnostic. So we can use ongoing assessment to inform our instruction. So it's not a program or a branded approach. It's a way of teaching that integrates the foundational elements of language. So when we think about that, we think of phonology, orthography, morphology, syntax, and semantics, really all encompassed by discourse and pragmatics. So when we think about the competencies, they bring structured literacy to life by bridging research and practice. They empower educators to make those informed instructional decisions, to advocate for equitable access to high quality literacy instruction, and to grow in their professional practice. When you look at the document, you'll see that we've organized them in two main components or domains. We have core foundational knowledge and we have structured literacy practices. These sets of competencies, when integrated, outline what educators need to know and be able to do to effectively teach all students, especially those with dyslexia, reading difficulties, or reading disabilities. We've prioritized competencies for all certification candidates with specific expectations for elementary candidates, special education candidates, and remedial reading specialist candidates. So importantly, these competencies also emphasize early identification, culturally responsive practice, and family engagement, which creates this shared foundation across all roles so that everybody in a building is working from the same playbook, speaks the same language.
What do you hope practicing educators feel when they first read these competencies?
We really want teachers to feel that they can have this knowledge that's agnostic of a program and apply it to any materials or resources that they are required to use in their buildings. They don't have to have a special certification. They just need to understand what structured literacy is and how to put it into practice.
What's your vision for how these competencies will shape practice and outcomes?
So you and I both know, right? Handing someone a set of competencies isn't going to be enough, right? So that can feel super overwhelming. When you look at that document, it can be a little daunting, right? And it might not, if we just say, here you go, you might not meet every teacher where they are. And we want to be responsive to all teachers' needs. So current educators, we know, need time, they need space, they need sustained support to grow into this work. And so what does that look like? It means ongoing job-embedded professional learning, coaching, not just these one-off or sit and get kinds of workshops. It also means creating opportunities for collaboration across roles so that all teachers, gen ed specialists, remedial reading teachers, administrators, are all speaking the same language. That's our vision and our goal. And one exciting development in line with that is CSDE's new launch of ReadCon 2.0, which is now IDA accredited and is also aligned with our new competencies. This gives educators a practical, accessible way to deepen their understanding of structured literacy and dyslexia. In addition, our office, and I'm also leading the development of a set of model in-service training programs also aligned to our competencies that will provide districts with ready-to-use, adaptable materials that integrate the competencies into meaningful learning segments. So when we invest in this kind of support, we're not just helping educators meet expectations, we're helping them feel confident and capable in doing so.
I want to thank Lisa for her insights into the Connecticut educator competencies. It's clear that these aren't just policies on paper, but living frameworks that touch students, teachers, and families, especially those navigating reading difficulties. To hear my full interview, use the link below or search ODRD RewirED on your favorite podcast platform.